Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rocketz League. I'm sbrevolution5, and tonight we've got a South American Rejects doubleheader. That's right. First thing we have coming up is South American Rejects up against Young Prodigies in a best of 2. Then they'll be playing the No Viper in a best of 2. 1 second here. So I was just letting Petty know that I had messed up, and that is my fault. He was going to be joining me for these games, but I forgot to give him the password in time. Anyways, guys, please, let's get some people out on the stream if we can. Trying to get a few more viewers out to the channel these days, but it's not exactly going on there.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, Young Prodigies going ahead and getting their draft started up. They haven't been doing too hot in the Rocketz League. They're second from the bottom, tied with No Viper, and they have they took a game off Yakuza, it looks like, and that's the only match they've won so far. Now they have only played 4 of their games. They'll be playing 2 more series this week, one against Pew Pew and one against No Viper. South American Rejects really needs to pull out some wins here, though, because they're on 5th place. They're right on the edge of being pushed out of the playoff stage. And Young Prodigies definitely wants to see if they can maybe make it in. It is still possible, if they won all their games from here on out, to make it into the finals. South American Rejects, though, not going to make it easy on them. They're actually picking up a Pugna pretty early here. That's a little interesting to me, especially up against Viper, but we'll get to that in a second. Faceless Void and Shadow Shaman are going to be picked up by them, which is quite the pair indeed.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Mirana.
Radiant team pick.
Okay, sorry about that. Was looking at a bit of an opportunity to possibly cast a Star Ladder for a bit, but that's not exactly going to work out due to my class schedule and everything, which will be fine. Anyways, Mirana actually coming out for Young Prodigies right now, and I need to get up and close my blinds because there's awful glare on the screen. Very sorry about this, guys. There, that's much better, much better. Anyways, Courier Warrior, thank you so much for that. That means a ton, bro. Let's get into a little more commentary though. So Young Prodigies are looking to really team fight well. Wraith King, an excellent hero in a team fight. Invoker, wonderful. Rubik will counter Wraith King and Viper slightly. Viper's going to provide a bit of lockdown, and if he gets outside Void's Chronosphere, that's going to be a problem. Wraith King inside the Chronosphere is also going to be a problem, because he's just going to, well, not really die, which is obviously what you want to do sometime.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Mirana and Wraith King are probably the supports here, but they can definitely transition into cores very well. And Wraith King with Viper is a very powerful combo, one that I like a lot. Now, Rubik has got some easy steals here with the Wraith King stun and the Viper ulti, seeing as those are the only things he can steal. Dragon Knight will get the ban out from Young Prodigies. They see the push strat coming out from SAR with the Pugna and the Shadow Shaman and just say, no more, please, no mas. However, Death Prophet is out of the pool, Razor's out of the pool, Lycan's out of the pool, Nature's. Venomancer's still in the pool, and they actually ban out an Omni Knight, which I'm a bit confused about. He does counter Void relatively well. Anyways.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Will be a Bristleback coming out for Young Prodigies. So this does definitely say Wraith King and Mirana are supports, unless Viper's going to be a support and one of the other two is going to be the core. We have seen that in the past, however, I think Viper's a very good core. He scales pretty well into the late game if you can stay ahead. And all of these heroes are going to scale well into the late game. Whereas South American Rejects team is kind of on a clock. Pugna, the stat everybody talks about is how halfway through the game, he just falls flat on his face and doesn't do quite as well here.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
We got a final pick to come out for South American Rejects. They need something with a bit of damage. And I'm assuming they're going to be picking up something very physical damage oriented. Witch Doctor wouldn't be a bad pick here. However, it would be because they don't really have a mid hero. Unless they're going to run Pugna in the mid lane, which definitely works, but is very risky. And they really need just something a little beefier to stand up to this. I do like Pugna against Wraith King. Being able to eventually drain his mana when you're at full life is going to be really big in a team fight if he can pull that off. We're looking for a core who can push, and a lot of those are banned out. Tinker, Dragon Knight, Nature's Prophet, Death Prophet, Razor, Lycan.
10 seconds.
We could see a Venomancer core coming out, but it's actually going to be a Morphling. So he split pushes very well. He can also team fight excellently, and that's going to help out a lot. Overall, though, I'm kind of liking Young Prodigy's team lineup a little better. Anyways, where is the music? It just stopped. It did this to me the other day. Hold on, I'm gonna briefly reconnect to the game, guys, just because it's nice background noise when I'm solo casting, at least. A very good Dire team as well, though, because they do have the Wraith King to help them roche very early on. Hopefully we'll be getting some music here soon. Sorry, I'm very picky about those kinds of things. Anyways, moving into our hero introductions, we do have Mirana, played by Bob O. Constructor, which I'm assuming is Portuguese for Bob the Builder. There we go with the music. Raposa will be on your Wraith King support. Picking up an early smoke, looking to be a bit active. We have Rampa Rouge on the Viper. And in the mid lane, Carlo, or Coto Carlo, as he's been known, is going to be on the Invoker. And we've got Stay High on the Bristleback up top. Whew. And as the horn buzzes, let's go over to our Radiant team. We've got South American Rejects, the Tavo, in the top lane. Starting off with an Observer Ward and a Stout Shield to defend against a bit of the harass. We have Rubik, played by MSI. who had been standing in for them, but I'm assuming now he's an actual member of the team. We've got Bardo playing the Shadow Shaman. On the bot lane, K3 will be on your Morphling. And Kawe will be on the Pugna. I'm your host, sbrevolution5. Really happy to have you guys here. You guys can find me on Twitter at sbrevolution5, on twitch.tv at sbrevolution5, and on Facebook at sbrevolution5dota. We got a great 4 games coming up here for you guys, so... And actually, we're going to have a quick pause. I was wondering where our BR Dota pause was. And I see Capizzi saying he's a major fan of the offlane Void. Personally, I still don't like it. It's a very greedy offlane. I think something like a Tidehunter is much better in terms of that, because not only are you relying on him to do all your initiation as a core hero, you're also relying on him to well, you're also limiting the cores you can pick up. When you pick up Void as a first pick, you're basically saying no melee for me. I'm not picking up any melee heroes, simply because they're not going to be able to hit from outside the chrono. And I gotta turn off edge pan, my bad. Sorry guys, I forgot I was casting before this, and that's obviously an issue, you know? So... do want to take a quick moment to mention that I now have a YouTube channel, and I'll post that in the chat. It's already going to be there by the time you hear this, so just scroll up a bit or ask somebody if you can. If you can't find it. Where's the actual channel? Uh-oh. It still seems to think the channel does not exist. Which is a slight issue. I'm gonna try to really quickly figure this out, but I don't know. Anyways, I will try to get that channel to you guys later. Sorry about that. That's embarrassing. For some reason, the channel itself is not actually coming up as sbrevolution5, which I told it to. It's just coming up as gibberish talk for now.
First blood. Muddies the water. It is only
Anyways, First Blood actually is going to go down on Morphling. Raposa able to pick that one up. Morphling instantly TPing back into the lane. Hasn't morphed to any strength or agility here, so has relatively poor base damage and is still a bit tanky, but that's very impressive for them to be able to pick up that First Blood. I believe an arrow was used there, seeing as Mirana is manoing back up. Very sorry for missing that, guys. And it looks like Kawe will be next on the list. Raposa going to throw out the stun. The arrow going to connect as well. He'll take a little bit of harass, but a cold snap coming through. He'll throw out a, actually a Nether Blast to pick up the Wraith King. Very nicely played by him, but he does end up falling in the end. That's 2-1 right now for young Prodigies. Because actually Void is up top diving in on Bristleback. Not exactly what you want to do up here. Bristleback going to be very secure in this lane, having a safe lane all to himself. And only being up against a Void who really can't do that much in the extreme early stages of the game. Bristleback having a better turn rate than him is going to be able to get around the map a bit more as well.
illusion.
Yeah, now you guys are really confused because YouTube isn't in the chat. I explained. Okay, we're good.
All things fall.
Wait a second, I think I know what it is. Here we go. I had the wrong link all along.
Not while I'm around.
There we go. It's in the chat now, 2 minutes ago. I figured it out. I forgot to put user in the name. I'm a YouTube noob. Get over it. Anyways, Pugna's still continuing to CS very well, despite his one death, and the fact that he's picked up a kill helps him out a lot. I think we're going to see an early mech come out for him, then into something like either an Ag Scepter or Necrobook, just to start pushing off hard. They really need a mech on this team because they are rather squishy. Even Void, especially if he goes for the Mask of Madness, is very squishy. Now, there is no real pure damage to go through Void's dodge, but we will see. Stay high, taking quite a bit of harass here from MSI and Void. There's going to be an arrow out. It won't connect, though. There's going to be a stun from Wraith King, though, and it looks like MSI could be going down. He will. Raposa picking up a second kill of the game. He's been very active, actually participating in all the team skills so far. Kawe turns around and actually dodges a Sunstrike with it as well. He's going to get a big Nether Blast on Carlo, but I don't think it'll be enough to bring him down if he can get one more hit, and he is. What was...
Dire's middle tower.
Carlo could have escaped there, I think. Which is very surprising, seeing as it does look like he's going for a Midas. Meanwhile, Bardo going to get slowed down on the bot lane. Hit with a Wraith Fire Blast from the Wraith King. He's going to throw off an Ether Shock before he falls, and Ramperouge going to go down in return to the Morphling.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's just a very action-packed game, and I don't have anything to drink at the moment. If we have another pause, I may step over to grab something real quick because I'm getting very thirsty.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hope you guys are having a lovely Saturday afternoon, though. Pugna now with some mana boots up, actually. So going for a very spam-heavy build. When I play Pugna, I generally like to have like a Crystal Maiden on the team just to allow me to keep up the spam of the Nether Blast. He hasn't gotten too many off on the tower just yet. And the Nether Ward is going to be decent here, but it's not going to stop any team fights from happening, I believe. Tabo actually going to use the Chronosphere and pick off Bristleback. I'm kind of surprised he didn't get in front of him there, but it looked like Bristleback was facing the tree and was unable to. And now Pugna comes in, and Bristleback is dead, but they can now push a tower with Pugna up here. MSI does get a lift off on Raposa and drag him back. The Cold Snap coming out to him. He'll throw a Fade Bolt and a Ether Shock plus a Waveform. Will help take down the Wraith King. No ulti yet on him. Nether Blast now going out on this top tower, Kawaii, with full mana and 2 more bottle charges to go. He should be able to get quite a few of those. One of them is going to get fortified against, though. So that's kind of unfortunate. And Kawai's just going to go ahead, throw down the Nether Ward. Raposa's going to get zapped right here, and now drained by Kawaii, who is actually not in that much trouble. Throws down one more Nether Blast, and that should almost secure the tower. In fact, a few more right clicks it will. But Invoker takes down the Faces Forward on the other side of the Sunstrike. Pugna getting the tower in return, a trade that definitely is favoring South American Rejects, and I say that right before Bardo gets picked off on the Shadow Shaman in the jungle. Looks like Bob the Builder here is on the run from Rubik. It's not every day you get to see that. And it looks like we're going to see a big arrow coming out. It will connect on a creep, though. K3 going to dodge it. And actually, I believe that was a magic wand coming out to him. Yep. So he's not really rushing for anything right now. Doesn't have a Midas up or anything. He's playing very conservatively. And I like that. Their team has to be very aggressive. They're not going to have around like 25 minutes to 45 minutes. They're going to have a really weak period in the game where Void and Morphling aren't completely online and the rest of the heroes are just too weak to do anything. Bardo going to just TP out here. Or not. Rampa Rouge going to be able to take him down very easily. But K3 closing the distance in here. We do see Tavo come in with a nice two-man chrono, and Rampa Rouge just says, bye, guys. We're done here. One kill coming out right now. Actually, Raposa's only level 3. Despite all the kills he's been a part of, he's not gotten a lot of experience here. And that's really starting to hurt him. Seeing as on the other side of the river, well, we do have Shaman level 2, Rubik level 4 at least. And Mirana is level 4 as well. So they are managing to get a little bit of an XP advantage. Or I say that, but South American Rejects really have more of an XP advantage. And it's not by much, though. Gold advantage is very highly in their favor. There actually is going to be a cold snap here on Kawe, who will just drain up. Not going to get it entirely off. Tavo without a Chronosphere is going to be in a lot of trouble. There's a Nether Blast from Pugna, and he's just going to try to trade hits with Carlo, who does have a DD, and he's going to lose that and his life with it right there. Meanwhile, Morphling gonna take down the Raposa on the bot lane.
I refuse you.
We only have 2 towers taken down for them, though, and it is 10 minutes in the game. Remember, I said that South American Rejects are playing on a timer here. The Morphling alleviates a bit of that, because he does have a lot of late-game presence. But I don't know how well he's actually going to be doing. Actually, Pugna managing to pick off Invoker. They do throw down a Nether Ward and want to go back in on Rampa Rouge there. Kawe with a lot of mana. In fact, enough to really take down this tower if he can just get up there against it. Rampa Rouge, though, with the mech and the ulti ready. Only a slight kill advantage in favor of South American Rejects right now, but net worth is heavily in their favor at the moment. And while I do say they need to play on a timer, in the extreme late stages of the game, Young Prodigies does begin to fall off. Wraith King, if you can kill him once at that point, you can pretty much kill him again. And Bristleback, he can be a real force. Mirana can be a real force if she really transitions into a core. But Viper, unless he's very far ahead, isn't really going to be able to do that. Kawe is going to get hit with the ulti right now. And he tries to throw out a... Oh no, he gets nailed by that arrow, and he'll get taken down because of it. Got a little greedy there, tried to turn around and fight Viper, and was not worth it in the end. He actually did pick up his mechanism recipe, and there's no headdress on the courier, so he still is 600 gold away from it. So a little bit behind Young Prodigies in that sense, but he does have mana boots up, whereas Viper has not completed his boots. So that'll be nicely done.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going to try to defend here, and they just need to make some space for the Morphling, who's sort of finding his own space up top. He's got a Perseverance coming out on the courier, so that's a very good farm for him. In the end here, didn't realize how quickly he was farming up at the moment. But with 3 kills, he's going to be very effective in the early stages of the game. Bristleback actually might be trying to go for a mech of his own here. I hope he realizes that Viper's already picked it up, though, because if he doesn't, this could be very awkward very quickly. Of course, it could just be a Blade Mail and something else. And actually, Kawe going to be able to take down the tower there. A 2-man chrono from Void, and Stay High going to end up falling here. They do get a lift off on Mirana, but the invisibility will bait her out of that. There is a Sentry Ward down. Doesn't get them too much vision, and actually an arrow going to connect on top of. They could go back in after this, but the ward, it's going to keep him out. Shackles out from Bardo, and a Nether Blast going to take down Raposa one more time. He's only level 4 at the moment, and we can see the other team supports are starting to get very far ahead of him. Rubik now with an urn up. Did see a quick TP out there from Morphling, but he's not even going back to base. He's just like, I'm going back mid. Did pick himself up a bottle for a little bit more sustain.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And guys, if there is anything going on with the casting that you don't like, let me know. If I could be more hype. If I could be more analytic. If I'm being too hype. I would really like to, even if we don't have too many viewers right now, I'd like to improve my casting mostly. Because if there's one way to get better, it's just to keep on doing it. Kawaii is going to get caught out right now. A big stun coming out on him, and he should be in a lot of trouble here. He gets sunstriked, and actually is going to get a pretty big life drain off here. But the physical damage from Bristleback proving to be too high right now. Raposa going to get his stun stolen, and Void comes in. The Bash Lord cometh, boys. And a really awkward pause as Invoker has disconnected from the game right now. Raposa does not have mana for his ulti unless he pops that magic wand before Void hits him again. And since Void is stunned up, we might actually see that happen. 39 HP, 4 armor. I do believe one right click from Rubik or Shadow Shaman will finish him off here. Or a Shackle from Shaman, just to be sure. But Bristleback could possibly push them back a little bit. He has finally gotten level 6 with that kill on Pugna. Or the assist on Pugna. And since I am so thirsty, I'm going to run and grab a Gatorade real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Was worried they'd start the game without me there. Of course, they wouldn't know it, but... And very sorry about that YouTube link earlier. So we are just waiting on Invoker to reconnect. I'm honestly believing this is a real DC, though. I don't think they will be using this to strategize at the moment. I'm actually very surprised I haven't seen any Frankers in the chat yet. Rampart Rouge, I didn't even notice, is also in a lot of trouble up here. He does have a magic stick. But Morphling has all his HP and then some. Once again, big thanks to you guys for coming out. Sorry for the long pause here. This is the worst part of casting Dota. It really is. It's just filling the space between the pause as a solo caster. I've just got the voices in my head to talk to. And we're still waiting here. Nothing to really talk about here. They made the pauses feel exciting. Oh gosh. I so want to type in chat. Oh, he went to Puppy's house to have a chat. Relax, I unbanned him. See? Oh, it looks like he got, blue screened. Okay, so young prodigy still waiting here. Something about Steam, I think. I'm very sorry for the wait, guys. There's not much I can do here. But it really does look like it was an actual pause, so. We are still waiting. GG. Okay. Okay, they both died. And I think we're GGing out here. Looks like Bristle actually gets a double kill. But it is Radiant victory. I'm not sure if we're playing a game 2 or not. It looks like his computer wouldn't work at all. What a game, though. I mean, South American Rejects taking that one by force. I'll let you guys know if we're coming back with game 2 in just a second. Thanks for watching. I'm sbrevolution5. Be right back.